Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our 10-minute Change the Mode daily streams. Today is our last of the peak previews. We have been broadcasting every day together with a Grammy Award winner, conductor John McLaughlin Williams. If you missed the beautiful music and thoughtful conversations, you can watch our replays. John, so wonderful to have you back. This has been an incredible week for us.
Oh, it really has. Thanks. It's so great to be here and to be part of this. We've had such stellar performers like Anais Reno and Mark Smullian and Gani Tamir, Mark Berman. It's these are people whose skills are celebrated internationally and whose reputations are going to be even greater than they are already as a result of the endeavor that we're embarking on now with Music to Meeting. In fact, today is the last of our peak previews, as we call them. Then all leading up to our global live stream concert, which is happening tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we hope that you will all join us for a full-length concert where 10 of these great artists from Momentum Artists will be performing for you as we'll talk about Music to Meeting. Now, Music to Meeting is a new endeavor that's done in collaboration with virtual concert halls that brings music to organizations and businesses to not just to as a matter of entertainment, but also as a way of developing collaborative and team building skills, which is something that musicians excel at. The collaborative nature of music is something that forces us to become very competent in dealing with other human beings and doing so in a very humanitarian way. And this is part of the focus of Music to Meeting. So we'll be talking about that, and there'll be a lot more to learn about it if you could follow us on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com /music to meeting, that's the word music, the number two, followed by meeting. And also it's musictomeeting.com. Now, in today's preview, we have the inimitable, the amazing pianist, Yuliya Gorenman. Yuliya, are you out there?
I'm not there.
You're
I'm
not
right
there.
here.
You're
I'm
out
right
there.
here. I'm right here.
Yulia, all right. Excellent. Great to see you.
Hi,
Great to see
John.
you. This
Good
is
to see
full
you.
disclosure. Yulia and I are friends. We go back a ways. We first met serving on a super secret committee whose members are never supposed to be identified. So that's all I can say about that. But we've remained friends, and learned so much about Yuliya's background since then, which is a fascinating one. She's had quite an adventurous life. It would make for a great movie, actually. It's almost like the life of a spy. The way you've had to move around and go here and there, and your beginnings were in Ukraine and Kazakhstan and Russia. So tell us a little bit about how you began and how you ended up here in America.
I was born in the Ukraine, in Odessa. They say that anybody who doesn't play an instrument must not be a citizen of Odessa. So it's really an amazing city. I was born in Odessa, and I was raised in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
Wow.
That's quite a distance right there. When I was 17 years old, I went to school in St. Petersburg Conservatory, and I lived there until we left with my family. I immigrated to United States. I want to say that I was born in San Francisco at the age of 21, and so I began my new life in the United States, and it has been my home ever since.
Wow, that's quite a story, and so many things to tell along the way. Yulia is also a laureate of the Queen Elizabeth competition, and I believe your performance of Prokofiev Third is it can be seen on YouTube or somewhere online.
Yes.
Maybe we can at some point we can put a link to that on the website for people to see because it's a phenomenal performance.
Thank you.
Yulia is a woman of many talents. She's really quite rather a Renaissance woman. The things she has taught herself to do over the years would actually boggle the mind. She is not only a pianist, she's also a master chef, a master gardener, and an interior designer contractor. In fact, you designed the room that you're sitting in right now,
Yes.
right?
I
And
love this. It's an awesome space. It's actually acoustically one of the best places in the world. I was just amazed how it all turned out.
Wow, it looks beautiful. I've never seen a room quite in that color, and I know I've actually seen the entire room, so I understand the concept of what you're getting at. I'm afraid that doesn't really quite come across in the view we have right now, but trust me, it's really something. Yuliya has a gift for this. In fact, if she had told me she had built a piano, I wouldn't have doubted her, frankly.
You're not wrong. I built a piano-shaped dining table. It's perfect. In fact, where the keyboard is the drawer for all the silverware.
Oh, that's fantastic! You got to give us a picture of that.
Absolutely,
That's
man.
Wow. Well, ultimately, music to meeting, it always comes back down to the music. So you're going to play for us now, aren't you?
I'd love to. I'd love to play for you Bach Prelude in C minor. It was my lifelong dream to play the entire well-tempered clavier. I remember I was a 16-year-old girl growing up in Kazakhstan, and I remember I had this little book where I wrote what I want to do in life. I had these grandiose plans. And number one was to play all Beethoven sonatas, and number two was to play all Beethoven concerti, and of course number three was the entire well-tempered clavier. When that
Wow.
happened, it's amazing because at that point this was as far as the moon, and I'm happy to say I did it. All of it.
Ye- Well, you certainly did. Ah, that is fabulous.
Thank you.
Well, let's
So
hear some
here's
Bach.
Bach.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautifully. What is it about Bach? There's something, there's such purity in the music that it seems not to matter what instrument you play it on. The music remains intact and equally communicative, whether it's on a piano or harpsichord, a guitar, whatever. I have never heard Bach on any instrument that failed to impress. It's really magnificent, and you played that just stupendously.
Thank you very much. I think the quality of music is so incredibly strong. It almost doesn't matter what instrument you're playing. You could be playing this on nose flute. It will still sound amazing. It still will sound like Bach. Where perhaps some other composers, you play it on the lousy piano and it already kind of falls apart. So this is just a fantastic, it just speaks to me so much. I have to say that the entire concert took we did it in 2 days, and it's a grand total of about 5.5 hours of music, of the most
Wow.
incredible thing. So
It's an,
it's like a religion. He's my God.
it's an amazing achievement. Wow.
Thank you.
Note to self, please try Bach on nose flute. Okay, that's coming. I'll give that a go. Indeed.
Right.
Well, I've referred to some of your ancillary abilities previously. What's on this table here in front of us?
Oh my God. So, um, since the start of the quarantine, I decided that, I'm going to do something really fantastic, and I decided to plant a victory garden. And so everything grows. You name it. Lilies, roses, bushes of every stripe, and the raspberries, strawberries, you name it. So right now I have this fantastic flowers, which is beautiful, and it's a source of my inspiration. I thought that we're so much more talented than we allow ourselves to be. And
I want to have more and more color and beauty in my life. So those flowers were an inspiration for this cake. What you see right now is a fantastic cake. It looks really beautiful. It reflects all the flowers, and it's a chocolate hazelnut cake inside with a buttercream frosting. And what you see right there, right next to this, it's what I was able to pick just about an hour away from my garden. You
Wow.
see some zucchinis and tomatoes and so on and so on. It's fun.
That's amazing. You know, it's completely evil of you to put that cake in front of us when you know we can't have any.
It's the virtual experience so far.
There's no such thing as virtually eating cake.
Well, when this whole thing started and we were on a lockdown, I thought I would love to play a much more active role in raising our kids and teaching kids to cook and garden and so doing everything by hand. There's nothing wrong with this. So instead of buying bread, I can make it. Instead of buying butter, I can make it. It takes no time. It takes no time. Probably about 15 minutes, including washing dishes. It's really fun thing, and you get quality stuff.
Wow. Between being a contractor and being able to make bread and grow food, I dare say you're probably the most prepared person I've ever seen for the zombie apocalypse.
Well, this must be the Russian thing happening.
It's like every Russian knows that. Okay.
You name it. We've been conditioned to prepare for disaster food our whole lifetime, but also making the most out of it.
Right.
So
Indeed.
making
Well,
absolutely the most out of it.
that's a beautiful array of things, and it's really testament to the array of your abilities. It's such color. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Love it. I have to say, the house that I designed, every room has a different mood, every room has a different color. And
Hmm.
it's just, it's not about the fashion, it's about you. The
Hmm.
total person, what makes you happy. For example, bathrooms reminding me of a beach, with the aquamarine colors. It is fun, fun, fun. I never thought I would be able to do this. I've never in a million years would imagine that I would be doing construction and design and all that stuff. I
Hmm.
had no idea that I would be taking up, for example, Turkish, learning another language, but it's all tied together. When you think about cooking, cooking and music, you think, what's the connection? Lots of it, lots and lots of it. It's harmony. If too much of one thing is not good, it's kind of a chemistry. It's a having nourishment. It's a comfort. There's no end to this. The same thing with languages. Figuring out the different language, completely different language like Turkish, would help me with figuring out the most complicated music by Bach. It's all one thing.
Hmm. Wow, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful thoughts. I have to say, I've never heard anyone say who wasn't kidding. I'm learning Turkish. So,
For fun.
for fun. Well, should the Ottomans rise again, you'll be ready.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But you have such a good attitude. That's right. In pursuing the things that make you happy. When I think about, oh, what makes me happy? What comes to mind? I guess it's like what Conan the Barbarian said. He said, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women. That makes me. No, as Triumph the Insult Dog said, I keyed. But that's for another time. Anyway, this may be a perfect segue. No, it's an imperfect segue into the fantasy world of Scheherazade. You've made your own transcription for solo piano of
I did.
Rimsky-Korsakov's amazing orchestral suite, Scheherazade.
I did. It was my father who had this crazy idea that why don't you play Scheherazade? I said, well, that's not possible because it's really it's an orchestral piece. What are you going to do for color and the orchestral color and all the instruments? And he said, you couldn't do this. And I thought, well, how can I let him down with
Mhm.
that? And this began, and it started to take shape, and now I'm finding maybe being selfish, I'm finding a whole lot more beauty in this solo piano arrangement because orchestra is a big animal. It's a big ship. In order to ride it, by the time you do this, it's over. With piano, just two hands and 10 toes, you can actually do whatever you want with this. You can express every imaginable color and nuance as a piano, but that's our orchestral, I would say.
Well, I can't wait to see how this works. Please.
You will. So, but before that, I have something special. Check this out.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, we're trying to stay authentic.
I didn't know you were a prop comic.
I am. I'm a woman of many talents. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play perhaps a fragment of Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov. It's an instantly recognizable, an amazing piece. Here it goes.
Wow. That works beautifully at the piano. It actually just reminded me that all the Russian composers, at least of that generation, near the end of the 19th century, were well, part of their tuition was being taught to compose at the piano. So the way it lays out there, and of course they expanded in orchestration, but it works beautifully. You just reduce that way. All the music comes through. You really
Oh
don't.
man.
Yeah, you hardly miss. All those intrusive oboes and clarinets.
That's right.
Yeah, who needs them, right?
That's right.
No, beautifully done. It's a wonderful transcription. I'd love to hear the whole thing sometime. That's something you should really put to record. I hope you'll have a chance to record that at some point.
That's the plan. I would love to do that.
Indeed, indeed. Wow. Well, so what's coming up? Anything planned? Of course, gosh, what do any of us have planned these days? But
Well, I would love to record the entire Well Tempered Clavier. I would love to record Bach partitas. I would love to record, actually put it on paper, Checherizade and record it. Um, Sky's the limit. I think sky's the
indeed.
limit.
Well, we should talk about that. That's certainly doable. Even now, that's very doable. And I hope that you will. I've heard your Bach, and I've heard you play many other things, and the world needs to hear that too. So you need to codify that for them.
And I
Yes,
think having this music to meeting, it allows us to stay relevant, to stay connected, and to share what we're made of. To share all the beauty that there is in the world.
indeed, indeed, yes. And we're so happy that you're going to be part of Music to Meeting. It's really a fantastic thing. So again, I would say for people watching, please don't forget to tune in tomorrow for our global live stream music concert tomorrow. That's going to be at 2 p.m. New York time. I think I said 1 p.m. earlier, but it's 2 p.m. Correct?
Yes,
Yes,
it's 2 p.m. Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please do look us up on Facebook / music to meeting. That's the word music and the number 2 and the word meeting. Follow us there, sign up for the email list, go to the website, musictomeeting.com, and learn all about what we're doing. We're all about spreading music, all about building teams and collaboration, which ultimately is what being a human being is all about. It's about bringing us all together through various techniques and the application of all sorts of disciplines. So, Yuliya, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be a part of this, and I can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait.
Excellent, excellent. We'll see you then. So, folks, 2
That was
p.m.
such a
tomorrow.
treat. Oh, yeah. And John, the one word which keeps coming up at those interviews is connection. And I want to say something about the connection and in relation to you. You brought all these amazing artists here to give our viewers a little peek preview of their great musicianship and to connect a little closer to them as wonderful people. And to me, that's absolutely priceless. You asked musicians to speak about things which matter and important to us all, especially now. And I think it's time our viewers get a little chance to know you a bit closer too. You've been bringing all this best out of all those amazing musicians. Of course, anyone can look up your star collection of awards and acknowledgments, numerous Grammy nominations, a Grammy award, just to something to begin with, right? But
Well, I'm a legend in my mom's mind, so there you go.
Oh, you are a legend is in so many people's minds. It's you are a legend. But what strikes me even more is even more than all of your phenomenal accomplishments. Not to minimize that, but what strikes me most is your personality, John. You are an absolutely magnetic person, and I'm drawn to your thoughtfulness, your warmth, your amazing ability to connect, and that's the word which keeps coming up with every one of our interviews. Something about connection, and I'm joined by quite a company: Dorothy DeLay, Carl Tapilev, Donald Erb orchestras, concert venues around the globe, and just listing the names of musicians who love to work and connect with you. If I start listing their names, I'm risking to stay here on this broadcast for another couple of hours.
Well, you're too kind.
No, seriously, John, my question to you is, how do you connect like this?
Well, well, after such a preamble, I'm afraid my answer might be a bit of an anticlimax. It's like
Yeah, but we
any
want,
music.
all want to know. We all want to connect like you connect.
It's the same as any musician. We are all driven by an irresistible need to reach out, to communicate, basically. And the medium we choose to use is music. And the tools we use in that medium can be an instrument or our voices, or it can be through composition. But whatever the tool we use, the ultimate goal is the same. It's always about somehow it's about somehow saying something ineffable, something in which words can't say. Communicating with our fellow human beings. Music is a way, dance is a way. There are all sorts of ways. We're musicians. I'm a musician, and that's really what it's all about. We frankly can't help ourselves. We have to reach out.
And you
That's why.
certainly do. John, you reach out to people's hearts like no one I've seen. This is incredible.
Oh, thank you. It's been a
Thank you.
great week. It's been wonderful. Tomorrow's concert's going to be fantastic.
It is. And with that, we're finishing our peak previews. And tomorrow, we hope to see everyone on our broadcast at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is whatever your zone is. We hope to see you and we hope to connect. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.